Guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Second time's a charm. Maybe. In this video, I will be talking about the F-84B-26 American plane sitting at a battle rating of 7.3. Oh my god, I love this plane. It's amazing. No sarcasm there. That's literally how I feel about it. It's amazing. I do recommend everyone gets it and learns how to fly it. It is one of the only planes that I've ever done so well with in my entire War Thunder career. It being my P-51 statistics. Just give me a moment here. So, I will be rating this plane upon 5 different categories, and then I'll be showing you a replay of what it's like in my average match in the F-84, other than one of my teammates survives. But this is about my average match. Now, what are the 5 parameters I will list on the F-84? I will be doing this for a bunch of War Thunder planes. Well, first one is speed. I rate the speed excellent. It is massively fast. It is the fastest plane within your battle rating that you will have to fight. Turn. I put it as very poor. Now, you can pull 11 Gs and for quite a long time. The problem is, if you have to turn in this plane, you've made a mistake. Turning in this plane is bad. You will lose all your speed, and that is what keeps this plane alive. Is speed. Next is roll. I put it as above average. I have been able to commit overshoots in this plane only a couple times, because the situations where I find myself having to be slow in an overshoot have only been when I'm playing with a squad, and that's just for fun, being in the middle of the match so aggressively. Climb is below average. You can climb pretty well, but I only recommend a maximum of a 7.5 degree climb. Now, you could do 10 degree climb, but it's not as efficient as the 7.5. You'll get to around 8,000 feet by the time you hit around 500 kilometers an hour in a 7.5 degree climb, if you do a slight turn to avoid the end of the world barrier. Next, we have guns. Even though they are 50 cals, I rate the guns excellent. The guns are so good, it is crazy. Now, it runs 6 50 caliber M3 Brownlee machine guns with a total ammo capacity of 1,800 rounds. This is enough to saw any plane you're fighting down, plus more. You have enough ammo to get about 7 kills if you do really good bursts into the enemy. I know this because I've done it before, but the match I'll show you is my average match in the F-84, and I want you guys to know that my F-84 is not spaded yet. I only have these modifications to it. I'm still running the default rounds, and I've been able to get 7 kills. Now, looking at the other rounds, I say I like the default the best, so I'm probably going to be running the default on this all the time. Now, we're going to watch a replay, just because I love this replay, because it shows all the parameters of how you should use this plane. There are 2 ways to fight in this plane. 1, slice and dice. 2, boom and extend. That's it. Only 2 ways you should fight in this. Now, let me run you on how you take off on a runway, because I often see a lot of F-84 pilots die on the runway. Rightfully slow. They are the most stupidly hard things you have to take off from the runway. First, my elevator is pointed down. I want my nose and all three wheels on the runway, not trying to take off. Around 200 kilometers, I'd send my takeoff flaps. You have to use takeoff flaps to take off or break your tail. Then, around 2:30, I begin rotation, and I retract the flaps, and I retract landing gears. Now, there are two concepts you should have learned while playing American props. 1. Side climb. 2. Be patient. Now, I am not going to side climb per se, but I will go to the side and flank the enemy team. Now, there is one person I know on this team. His name is YOLO. He's another enemy F-84B-26 pilot. He's the same plane I am. I know of him another match, although we never physically dogfighted. And I've never killed him. He never killed me. Although this is the match I'll kill him in. Now, I do want to give credit to one plane here. His name is No Rank. He's a really good MiG-9 pilot. He survives long enough to allow me to get into position pretty much and be able to actually be a little bit more aggressive than I normally am. But nevertheless, I'm still going to follow all my tactics to the letter. Except for one of them, which is the climbing part, but we'll get to that when we get there. As you see, I'm using the mountains cover. I'm trying to get fast. On ground level, the rule is you have to be above 800 kilometers or as close to 900 kilometers as possible. At higher altitudes, the rule is to be above 600 kilometers, because that is the rule that I have set. Because in this plane, you have to be fast. You have to be faster than the enemy at all times, or else you die. Simple as that. As you see, I'm avoiding moving the plane as much as possible. And when I do move, I move very slowly and gently. I don't just turn the mouse and just make it turn like 90 degrees sharply. Now the match is about to begin. The bowl has started with the first two planes entering combat. And when I look over there in a second, we will already have lost one allied plane. This is a MITS battle, but I always get put on the team where your team dies the most. Well, I would say I like the idea of the MITS battles, although I kind of prefer the not MITS battle more. Even though you lose a lot more, I still always make repair and a little extra. Now, I'm keeping an eye on YOLO. I really want to kill YOLO because because I've seen him before and I have yet to kill him. And there he is. Now I have a huge temptation to kill him, but my rule is to stay fast, flank the enemy, and then either slice and dice or boom and extend. If I was to turn to him, that would be turn fighting. That would disregard my rule and probably would have gotten me killed. Now we have lost two of our teammates and they have lost one of theirs. So I'd still say that's pretty fair, but realistically, they're still winning. Now we've lost 3 and they've lost 2. Now look at this. I want to kill that attacker. He's landing at the airfield. Now normally my rule is to never strafe the runway. That is different in jets though. I will strafe the runway in jets because a jet that is rearmed and taken off is dangerous. More than the jet that's actively fighting in combat. Now, unfortunately, F-80 rammed the other plane. Now, I don't know why people ram people. Like, if you're out of ammo, go to base, get ammo, fight strategically, and you'll have a shot at him later. Now, here I'm climbing. I kind of pulled to a 20-degree climb, but I was going 7.5 degree climb. But I'm maintaining above 600 kilometers. Now, I know there's no enemy planes around. I can see that. There's no planes. So I'm going to pull really sharply away and in a really sharp climb, going below 600 kilometers. Now I'll repeatedly do this. There are two reasons. One, there's cloud cover right here. I can use the clouds. Two, no one's around, so I have the space to regain that speed. Plus, climbing this thing's slow. It's below average climb, in my opinion. So far, there are 6 enemy planes dead, and 5 of our planes. And now we are winning, but there is a problem. If you look at the bowl, our planes are really bad position. No one has extended from the fight. They are all trying to get a kill. War Thunder is not a game where you try to secure a kill. War Thunder is a game where you play strategically, and when the opportunity arises, you get a kill. Trust me, if you know how to play strategically, you will get a lot more kills than if you try to secure a kill. Now, in this match, I will primarily use the hit and extend method instead of slice and dice. But when I strafe enemy runways, I do the slice and dice. Now, I'm looking at the enemy team, and I don't want to engage yet. So I'm going to circle around, get some more altitude. I see some planes returning to the airfield, and that's who I'm going for. I'd much rather not fight the pack and fight the stray guys. Now, I often get flack for this, saying, oh, you should have helped your teammate out. I don't care about my teammates. I mean, I will help you, but it's not my fault you got yourself in a bad position. So I see this guy return to his airfield. I'm going to go for him. Now, if you're saying, well, if you attack stray planes, that's not fair. You're not putting up an equally good fight. War isn't fair. And Germany did it too. They would consistently hunt stray bombers or stray fighters or anyone really that's stray. Boats do it. The Wolfpack subs would consistently target low merchant ships. And if they run in convoy, they'll attack the convoy too, but they'll do low merchants. Now, I attempted to start diving on this guy, but I was too far, and I don't want him to be alerted by presence. It's an F-80. I pilot sniped this guy, but I also shear off his wing, so it doesn't really matter. He wasn't going to get away anyways. Of course, most of those shells would appear to have missed, but those are tracer. They're lower velocity. The incendiary and armor-piercing shells have higher velocity tracers, and they went straight into the enemy plane. Now, I boom and extended it. See me? I'm extending. Now, I know no planes are here, so I drop below 600, but I want the altitude, and I want to change my direction quickly. I want to help my teammates. Don't get me wrong. You know they are idiots. I do want to save someone's repair cost. But lone planes that can repair and rearm are so much more dangerous than the ones in battle, because they will have the increased alertness, increased fuel load, increased ammo, completely new fuselage, new wings, whatever. They will be completely new. It's like joining the match late, but you have the advantage because the planes in the match are pretty much just dead. Now, we're not going to go too much else, so I can close this map. Now, I see 2 planes. I see YOLO. I know the AR is right there, diving on the MiG, and I see the F-80. What's the F-80 doing? He's returning to his airfield. So, I'm going to get in a position to hit and extend. Try to turn as least as possible. Now, the MiG-9 is the only one going to be alive. He's going to be alive the rest of the match. I'm going to close that. Shoot him, and I rip off his tail. And once again, the armor-piercing rounds and incendiary rounds hit him. Not the tracers, because I can care less about tracers. Because I've only ever seen a fire in a jet once. And by once, I mean it was a replay of me watching someone else's jet. It wasn't even my plane or any plane I've ever shot. So I'm extending. Why am I extending? Well, I don't want to be in the fight. I want my altitude, and I want to be able to regain speed. Now the MiG-9, he's really good. If MiG-9, if you're watching this video, I congratulate you to the bottom of my War Thunder spirit. You are good. Even though you did get yourself in this situation, you clearly know how to use your plane. Even though you didn't get a kill, it's okay. Also, that AR, he's not going to die. He's going to jail at the end of the match. And, well, we win the match. But I do kill YOLO, which I was really happy about. Anyways, I'm going in. And I want to tap the AR. Don't get me wrong. You see me positioning, but you always gotta be patient. American planes are full of patience. I know YOLO is somewhere, and I have no idea where YOLO is. Until I look, and I see YOLO. I was like, okay, so YOLO is not as patient as me. How do I know he's not as patient as me? Because when he's not extending far enough, he has allowed me to get on top of him. He should be above me, technically. So I'd start diving on. I also know YOLO is the more dangerous one, so that's why I want to kill him too, and because I want to kill him in general, but statistics always overrule my feelings in War Thunder decisions. Statistically, YOLO is more dangerous. Statistically, I have a better chance as YOLO. Well, I have a better chance as the AR, but I have a better chance of getting YOLO unaware than the AR. The AR seems quite aware. Now, YOLO turns. That was a really sharp turn. Now, here's why I put turn as very poor. He just drained all his speed. We were about the same speed. It was just geometry. He drained all his speed. So now that he's done that, he turns. Now, I have terrible aim in this one. And I miss all the shells. I also shot longer than I normally do. And I would have drained all my speed. But I didn't. I kind of kept it up. Because I didn't pull as hard as YOLO did. Because I've engraved in my mind not to pull so hard. Then as I'm extending. Watch how I'm not turning back. I want the altitude. I want the speed. This is hit and extend. Boom and extend. Slice and dice is where you're on the deck. And you're slicing into the bowl. Here there's not really a bowl. You could technically slice and dice, but the chances of you killing someone are highly unlikely because they're going to be aware. Now, MiG-9, he's run. I know he's out of ammo, and I know he's out of fuel. Well, almost out of fuel. So, he's returned to the airfield. The other two planes, they're returning to the airfield. That's odd. I would have figured both of them would have tracked down the MiG-9. But no, sadly not. And so I'm going to send the match because it's just me trailing them for a couple minutes. I don't beat the YOLO to the airfield, but I get there before the AR does. I wanted to go for the AR, but I didn't know if YOLO was landing. There's YOLO right there, and he's the dot. The AR is just coming in the seaway approach. I thought he was just sending around. I thought he actually knew how to fight as an American F-84, but he doesn't. He's landing, which is really not the best tactic. Always load 20 minutes in jets. Always. Unless you're 163, then load 6 minutes. And as I reposition myself, I deploy air brakes, because even though I won't rip my wings off, and I'm not going to redline the plane, because of my nature, my dive, I'm going almost 90 degrees down, I need the, to be able to pull out of the dive, or else I'm going to hit the ground. So that's what I do. I snapshot the AR. Never go head on, just snapshot. I do get hit, but nothing critical, so when he just J out on the runway, he lives. Well, yeah, when he J's out, I don't get the kill. He kind of lives. So, yeah, that's the match. The match ends right there, because he J's out. And just the MiG-9 is trying to help, but no, we win. And that's the match. That's my average match. Patient. Be fast. That's how you play the F-84. That is how you want to play it. Do not use any other way. I cannot stress enough how good this tactic works. Even if the match is a loss, I normally get 2 kills every match. And I'm about to get a 3rd. So, I always repair my repair costs. Even if I only get $1,000 extra, if I meant to die, I still made money. And that's the goal of everyone's playing. what I'm working on now, I'm probably not even going to use the new boosters. I mean, they're just going to add to my repair costs, and I don't need to be able to roll more. But I definitely do want the new 12mm MGs. And that's about the only thing. I just want the 12mm MGs now. But I do want this thing spaded, so I'm going to research everything. But the guns are excellent the way they are. Even without the new guns, I have no problem hitting things, and it only takes a short burst. Head-on wise, or snapshot wise, you only need a couple bullets to kill an enemy. With a flushing shot, you're going to need a whole 1 to 2 seconds to kill. When you saw me die on the F-80s, right? I shot about a second worth of burst to kill them, and to make sure they're dead. Now, they are American planes. American planes are way more fragile. German planes, like a Horn 229 and a 262, you're going to need about 2 seconds. So keep that in mind. About 2 second bursts on German planes. So, if you don't have a 2 second shot at them, just stand away and wait until you have a better solution. That is going to be my video on the F-84. Hope you liked it. Subscribe. Share the video across War Thunder forums and to other people who play the F-84 or who are getting ready to play the F-84. This is how you do